Bruh, it was a scam call. She went, hello, is it me? And I said, who is this? And then she hung up. Anyway, oh my god, I had one more freaking page. Alright, we gotta do the rest of this. At that moment, something seemed to sting Raskolnikov. It seemed in a flash to turn him inside out. Hey, listen, he shouted to the policeman, who turned around. Stop! Why bother? Oh wait, stop. Why bother? Let it go. Let him have his fun. He pointed to the dandy. What's it to you? The policeman stared at him without understanding. Raskolnikov laughed. Atch, muttered the policeman with a gesture. Then he followed after the dandy and the girl, probably taking Raskolnikov for a cracked or something worse. There goes with my 20 kopecks, Raskolnikov, left alone, muttered angrily. Well, let him take something from the other guy too. Then let the girl go off with him, and that's that. Why the hell do I have to butt in? Is it my business to help? Do I have a right to help? Suppose they swallow each other alive. What's it to me? How dare I give those 20 kopecks away, as though they really belonged to me? In spite of these strange words, he felt quite depressed. He sat down on the deserted bench. His thoughts were scattered. To think about anything at all at that moment made him feel depressed. He would have liked to forget everything, forget completely, and wake up and begin anew. Poor girl, he said, looking at the empty corner of the bench. She'll come to, she'll cry, then her mother will find out. First she'll give her a smack, then she'll beat her until she aches with shame. Then she'll chase her out. If she doesn't chase her out, some Darya Frantsnova will get wind of her, all the same, and she'll start going out on calls here and there. My girl will... Then right away the hospital. That's the way it goes with girls like that, living respectably with their mothers and skipping out on the sly. Well, and then the hospital again, drink, saloons, and again in the hospital? 2-3 years and she's a human wreck, and that's her life only 18 or 19 years from the time she was born. Haven't I seen these things? And how do they happen? Just like that. That's all. So there you are. That's the way it goes, they say. They say a certain percentage are bound to go to the devil every year. Bound to, so the rest can stay fresh and healthy. A certain percentage. That's marvelous, isn't it? So comforting, so scientific. As soon as you say a certain percentage, you can see right away there's practically nothing to worry about. If you used another phrase, maybe it would be more disturbing. And what if my Dunya falls into a certain percentage? If not this one, some other. Where am I going? He thought suddenly. Strange. I had some reason, though. I started out as soon as I read the letter. To Valevsky Island, to Razumikin. Now, oh my god! I stan Razumikin! Oh my god, a Razzie gang. I'm a Razzie fiend. I forgot about Razumikin. Now I remember. That's where I was going. But for what? Why did the idea of going to go see Razumikin pop in my head now all the times? That's remarkable. He surprised himself. Razumikin had been a fellow student of his at the university. It was a curious fact that Raskolnikov had had almost no friends at the university, had felt estranged from all. He went to see no one, and had been reluctant to invite anyone to come see him. Everyone soon began to avoid him, too. He took no part in the student get-togethers, conversations, amusements, or in anything. He worked hard, without sparing himself, and for this he was respected, but no one liked him. He was poor, and somehow stiff, proud, and uncommunicative, as though he were keeping something to himself. Some of his fellow students felt that he looked down on them, and on everyone, as though they were children, as though he were ahead of them, not only in the development and knowledge, but in the quality of his convictions, and that he regarded their convictions and interest as inferior. With Razumikin, though, he had for some reason became friends. Not that they were really became friends, that is, but Raskolnikov was more communicative with him, more open. It was impossible to be any other way with Razumikin. He was an extraordinarily gay and communicative fellow. Stop using that word, bro. It's a tongue twister. Good-natured to the point of simplicity. Beneath this simplicity, however, there were a hidden depth and a dignity. His best friends understood this, and everybody liked him. He was far from stupid, though he really was a bit simple sometimes. Tall, thin, black-haired, and always badly shaved. His appearance was quite striking. He brawled sometimes, and he was supposed to be pretty strong. One night, out with a party, he had knocked a huge policeman flat with one blow. His capacity for a drink was limitless, but he could as well go without drinking. Sometimes he played practical jokes and even went too far, but he could just as easily not play any practical jokes. Razumikin was also remarkable for the fact that no failure daunted him, and unfavorable circumstances seemed unable to keep him down. He could make himself at home even on a rooftop. He could stand terrible hunger and extreme cold. Though he was very poor, he made his own way entirely, earning money at various odd jobs. He knew a fantastic number of ways of making money. Once he went a whole winter without heating his room, insisting it was pleasanter that way, and one slept better in the cold. At present, too, he had been obliged to leave the university, but not for long, and he was doing his best to make it possible to continue with his education. It was 4 months now since Raskolnikov had seen him, and Razumikin did not even know where Raskolnikov lived. Once, about 2 months ago, they had passed by chance on the street, but Raskolnikov had turned around and even crossed over to the other side of the street so the other would not notice him. Razumikin had noticed him nevertheless, but he passed on by, not wishing to disturb a friend. Mic drop. My bangs look so bad. Oh my god. Anyway, y'all, that was the Crime and Punishment lore, and yeah. Go harass the spam caller that called me because she interrupted my whatever Crime and Punishment reading.